let's go to page 490. And this lesson is on the law of sines and law of cosine. So what happens is when you have a right triangle, if it's a right triangle, you use the sine, cosine, tangent, and use a Pythagorean theorem. C squared equal to A squared plus B squared. Okay. Now, if it's not a right triangle, okay, so this is the right triangle. This, when it's not a right triangle, if it's not a right triangle, that's when you use the law of sine, law of cosine. Okay, so law of sine is when you, so this one you have like angle A, B, C, and this would be A, B, C. So the law of sine is sine A over A equal to sine B over B equal to sine C over C. Okay, and you can use any of the three combinations. For example, you can have a sine A over A equal to sine C over C. Okay, or you can have sine A over A equal to sine B over B. Okay, or you can have sine B over B equal to sine C over C. Okay, you also can flip upside down. It's also fine. So this is like a proportions. Okay, so you can have an A over sine A equal to B over sine B equal to C over sine C. So you can do it this way also. So again, there are three different equations you can have. Okay, so you can have A over sine A equal to B over sine B, or you can have A over sine A equal to C over sine C, or you can have B over sine B equal to C over sine C. So this is actually like you can separate into three separate equations. So this is the law of sine. Now, to use the law of sine is when you have the same letters, like you have the sine, you know the sine and the angle that's facing it. So now when you're giving the A and a small a and the angle A, for example, if you know that, then you can use the law of sine. So in other words, when they're giving, notice when you have like an A, when you have to solve for a triangle, right? Okay. Okay, when you have to solve for the triangle, if you have two of the same letter, then you can use law of sine. So if you know like a B and a B, then you can use law of sine. Okay, or A and a A, C and a C. So when you have two of the same letter that you know, okay, again when the giving have two of the same letter, use law of sine. Okay. Now for the law of cosine, the law of cosine, this is on page 491. There are three different versions of it. So A squared equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. Okay. Now notice for the non-right triangle, if a triangle is not a right triangle, then the ABC can, any one of them can be the largest. Whereas over here the C is always hypotenuse for the right triangle. But for non-right triangles, ABC can be anything. Okay. So anyway, so this is one version of it, and B squared equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine of B. And C squared equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine of C. Okay? Now, if you notice, this looks very similar, the Pythagorean theorem of that. So this is actually a special case of that. Okay? So what happens when angle C equal to 90 degrees, okay? So when it's a right triangle, the angle C is 90 degrees, and cosine of 90 degrees equal to 0. Okay? So again, when it's a right angle, when it's a right triangle, angle C is 90 degrees. Cosine of 90 degrees is 0, so this is gone, and so this becomes that. See that? Okay? So this is a special case of this equation, okay? And the way to remember, since you already know this one, okay, you already know this one, right? And you just go and minus the 2ab cosine c, and you want to memorize by pattern, okay? So you start with Pythagorean theorem, okay? So c squared equal to a squared plus b squared, and think of it as like to complete the square, you know, like you have the. Remember, if you have like a minus b squared, this will give you a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, right? So think of that's a perfect square. And since you got ab, you need to get c, right? See that a, b, c, and also this match, okay? So that's how you memorize this. Now, once you memorize this one, then everything else will be, you know, the same pattern. So whatever you let you start out, you get to the other way. So if you start with a squared, then you're going to get b squared, c squared, right, abc. And whatever these two letters is, you're going to get minus 2 of these, minus 2bc, right, bc, okay? And because of bc, then you need to get a, or this will match that, okay? So again, if you start with b squared, then you need to get a and a c, right? So b squared, you need to get a squared, c squared. Since you got a and a c here, you're going to minus 2ac and cosine b. Again, you need to get all three letters. So over here, you need to get ABC, right? And also this angle how to match with this, okay? So again, when do you use law of cosine? So again, whenever you're solving this, right? So whenever the three letters are all different. So for example, if you know the A, B, and the C, right? If you know these two and these three, right? See, again, three letters are all different. So if the three letters are all different, use the law of cosine, okay? So for example, if you got B, C, and angle A, okay? So A, B, C, so all three letters are different, then you use the law of cosine. Whereas over here, if you have two of the same letter, use the law of sine, okay? And so that is the law of sine of cosine. The most common mistake that people make is they use these for triangle that's not right triangle. Remember, this is only for right triangle. A lot of people use these when it's not a right triangle. That's one of the very common mistakes. So just be aware of that, okay? So again, if it's not a right triangle, do not use this. Do not use this on a right triangle. That's one of the very common mistakes, okay? Okay, so let's go over some examples. Okay, example 1. So you have this picture over here. So you got A, B, C, and so this would be A, B, C. Again, the same letter always face each other. Okay, and it says use an informational diagram to determine how much closer you live to the music store than your friend does. Okay? So basically, you're solving for ABC. So this is 81 degrees, 34 degrees, and 65 degrees. Okay, and this is 1.5 miles. So again, this will help you to keep things organized. Okay, so you got A, B, C, and you got A, B, C. So angle A is 81 degrees, angle B is 65 degrees, and C is 34 degrees. Okay, and little c is 1.5 miles. Okay, so notice you got two of the same letter, so that way you're going to use law of sine. Okay, so you always write what you're looking for first. Okay, so let's go and do A first. So since you're going to do A, if you're looking for A, so you write A first. So it'd be A over sine A equal. Okay, now you don't want to use B because you don't know the B, so you want to use C. Okay, so again, you always write down what you're looking for first, and then next you write down what it's giving. Okay, so this will equal to C over sine C. Okay, so again, this is your formula, right? So you can use the angle on top, or you can use the length on top. Doesn't matter. Okay, so usually a good idea to make your algebra solving very easier, you always write down what you're looking for first. Okay, So you're looking for A, the small a, you write small a first. That make things a lot easier. So you can always write down your formula, okay? Then you substitute after that. So A over sine of 81 degrees equal to C 1.5 over sine of 34 degrees. Okay, now you can go and move this over. So you got A equal to 1.5. So basically what you do is you're solving for A, so you have to get rid of that. So multiply by, okay, let's do this. So multiply both sides by sine of 81 degrees. Okay, so that this can cancel with that. So you're going to end up with 1.5 sine of 81 degrees over sine of 34 degrees. Okay, so now you get your calculator. So you got 1.5 times sine of 81 degrees divided by sine of 34 degrees, which equal, so A equal to 2.649, okay? That's going to leave it that for now, okay? And so this is the home, and this is the music shop. And this one is friend's house. Okay. Okay, so that don't worry about. Okay, so that's going to run it out to one decimal place for now. Okay, but keep this number over here. Okay, now we're looking for B. Okay, so again, whatever you're looking for, you write it down first. So B would be over sine B. So this is game. Now you have choice. You can use A or C, but you don't want to use this because this already kind of run it off already, so it's off a little bit. See that? Okay. So you want to use what is giving, so it's more exact. So whenever you can, try to use the one that's giving because they're more exact. Because this is already run it off, so your answer is going to be off more, and so you might get an answer off by too much. Okay. So you can move things. So that's substitute. So B over sine of 65 degrees equal to 1.5 over sine of 34 degrees. Okay, move over again to solve for B. Don't cross multiply. When you cross multiply, you have to do extra steps. Okay, so multiply by sine of 65 degrees so that you can cancel this out. So you got B equal to 1.5 sine of 65 degrees over sine of 34 degrees. Okay, so now use your calculator. So 1.5 times sine of 65 degrees divided by sine of 34 degrees, which equal, so equal to 2.431 something. Okay, so again, that's just put up here, so 2.4 miles. Okay, so now you got all the answers. Now you can answer the question. Okay, okay, so how much closer you live to music store than your friend does? Okay, so music store is B, so B equal to 2.4 and A equal to 2.6. Okay, so answer would be, so you get 2.6 minus 2.4 equal to 0.2 miles. Okay, so answer is 0.2 miles closer to the music store. Okay. Okay, let's go to example 2. Okay, it says find the angle measured using the law of cosine. So you have this picture over here. So you got A, B, C. C equal to 19. A equal to 11 centimeters. B equal to. Oh, by the way, when you use the law of sine to find the angle, okay, sometimes there are two possible triangles. Just be aware of that. But right now, we're not going to deal with that. So when you get to algebra 2 or trigonometry, you will deal more with that. Okay, but just be aware that so whenever you use the law of sine to find the angle, so see, we use it to find the length, so it's not a problem. But when you use the law of sine to find angle, you have to consider possibility, the second possibilities. Okay, so anyways, okay, so over here, you're looking for measure of angle C. Okay, so again, you start with A, B, C. So A, B, C. So over here, A equal to 19. Oh wait, 11. A equal to 11. C equal to 19. And B equal to 17 centimeters. Okay, you're looking for measure of angle C. So you're looking for this one right over here. Okay. So if you're looking for angle C, you have to start with a C. Okay. So remember, it's C squared. Always write down your formula. So C squared equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine of C. Okay? So you can always write down your formula. And notice again, to use when the three letters, when you're giving at all different letters, so you got A, B, C, so all three letters are different, therefore use law of cosine. If you have two of the same letter like before, okay, before you have the C are given. So before you have the C and the C. So when you have two of the same letter giving, if you know the two of the same letters, use law of sine. When all three letters are different, okay, when the giving have all three different letters, use law of cosine. Okay, so substitute everything in here. So you got 19 squared equal to 11 squared plus 17 squared minus 2. Again, whenever you substitute, put in parentheses. Okay, B is 17 cosine of C. Okay, so let's go and work things out. Okay, so 19 squared, so it'd be 361 equal to 11 squared, 121 plus 17 squared, 289 minus, okay, so now remember these are terms. This whole thing is one term, okay? So just be aware of that. So it'll be 2 times 11 times 17. So minus 374 cosine of C. Okay, so this is all together. Okay, so do not just minus that. Okay, okay. So what we're gonna do is we're solving for C, so we have to get rid of this first. So we need to minus 121. So minus 121 minus 289 minus 289. So that this will cancel out, this will cancel out. Okay? Okay, so that's going to do that. So 361 minus 121 minus 289 equal, so you got negative 49 equal to negative 374 cosine of C. Okay, so remember this all together, so do not minus that. Okay, so to solve for C, first the next step is you have to divide. Okay, because this is a multiplication, so you have to divide by negative 374. Divide by negative 374. Okay, so you're going to get cosine of C equal to 49. The negative and negative will cancel out. 49 over 374. Okay, so now you can find angle C. So angle C equal to, now remember, whenever you're looking for angle, you have to use a second function, right? So you go second cosine of 49 over 374. Okay, and push equal, and this will give you 82.47. So So normally one decimal is good enough. Over here they kind of run off to the next degree. So if you run it off, would be 82 degrees. Okay, if they ask you to one decimal place, would be 82.5. Right? Okay. So again, when three letters are different, use the law of cosine. When you have two of the letters that are same, you can use law of sine. So right now, notice right now you got two of the same letter. If you're going to ask, if it asks you to find the other two angles, okay, this one is kind of long, so that's why you want to use law of sine whenever you can. So if you were to ask to find the other angles, then you can write down sine B over B equal to, this is known to be sine C over C, okay? And so you're going to get sine B over 17 equal to sine of, I'm going to put extra digits, okay? I'm going to put 82.47 degrees over 19, okay? Again, so you want to carry extra digits so that way your answer is not going to be off by too much. Okay, so again, you go ahead and multiply by 17, so cross out. So you got sine B equal to, so you can use your calculator to work it out. Okay, so I got 17 times sine of 82.47 degree divided by 19 equal 0.8870, okay? And then, so angle B, so you have to use second sine of that. So it goes second sine, and I'm going to just use answer from there, so it'll be second answer. And so it'll be 62.50 degrees, okay? So, you know, I'm going to put extra decimal in here, okay? So 82.5 degrees, okay? And this would be, B would be 62.5 degrees, okay? And now to find angle A, you just remember 3 angles have to add up equal to 180, right? Okay? So 3 angles in a triangle will add up equal to 180. So just to find A, you go 180 minus 62.5 minus 82.5 equal, and this would be 35 degrees, okay? So again, that's how you solve that. Okay, so again, if you got 3 different letters, use law of cosine. If you have 2 of the same letter, use the law of sine. Okay. And that's how you solve the triangle. Again, do not use sine, cosine, tangent, and Pythagorean theorem. This is for right triangle only. If you do that, again, that's going to be wrong.